So I wanted to do a little chat at the end of this year to kind of do a recap. And for anybody who is on the ATD live site, this is usually where I'm sitting at when they go live and doing my moderations and stuff. I just wanted to share that with you. But anyway, we're going to do a chat from my little spot here. This is my desk area. And yes, it's a hot mess. And that's my little kitty, Chewy. It's so cute. Okay, so let me get set up and we're going to have ourselves a little chat. Howdy, y'all. This is Clara Lawrence. I wanted to do a little chat with you to kind of wrap up the year. It's been a very interesting year. A lot has changed, or at least for me it has. And I just kind of wanted to share with you kind of my journey a little bit. I mean, granted, my journey has been on YouTube a lot, but the behind the scenes, the feelings and, what's been going on with me. Hopefully I'm making sense here. So this is coming from the heart. So I'm going to probably have a lot of so's and uhs and all that. And I'm sorry. I'll apologize ahead of time. So I want to talk about the future. I've got a bunch of plans for the future. And some of them are collaborations, which I'm really looking forward to. So Marcy, Mixed Media Girl, and I are going to do another one. I got to send her ideas soon on that part. Erica and Jeff, both individually, meaning not together on this collab, but so two different projects. They're both from Artist Till Death. So we've got something, definitely got something working with Erica. Jeff still got to work on some ideas and some thoughts and stuff. So I kind of loosely threw about some ideas. With Rhonda with RK3 Designs, I've got a big project in mind on that one. And we've talked several times about that. And in fact, I need to go buy an item of furniture. So like I said, it's a big project. Let's see, what else? I got to check my trusty list here, make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. Oh yeah, there's going to be a surprise collaboration. In fact, the artist doesn't even know it's going to happen yet. So it's going to be a secret. And I don't know if I can pull it off and get my part of it done before maybe they come visit and we work on another phase of it. So that's going to be happening, a surprise collaboration. I don't know if that's a cool thing. I've run it by a couple people and they thought, yeah, go for it. Let's see. Did I get everybody? Yeah, I got everybody. Okay. So now as far as other big projects I've got going on, my son, Mikey, my oldest, he just got a new computer. His other one, well, let's just say it crapped out on him. But he was really cool about it, and he approached me, and he says, Mom, can you do something on my computer? Because he's got nice lights and stuff. He does a lot of computer gaming. And he wants me to do the back panel, or I shouldn't say the back panel, it's the side panel of the computer. And there's a little bitty panel that's on the side where the glass panel is. So he wants me to do a piece of art on both pieces, kind of tie them together. And he specifically asked for a dragon. In fact, he's been bouncing around different dragon ideas. So we had a preliminary design, and then he came up with another one. So we'll just have to see how that works out. But I got to work on that over the holiday break because obviously he's got to take his computer back to college. So anyway, Resin will be involved in that, possibly acrylics as well, and maybe some more resin. I don't know. We'll have to see how that happens. But my other son, Brian, also approached me, but this one was more of a Christmas present. And he goes, my Christmas present to you is to work on a project together with you. And he had a very specific thing in mind. And he also wants to do a dragon. But he wants to help me with it. And he's like, Mom, I can't draw, at all, but I want to do this dragon with you. And his dragon is inspired by a World of Warcraft character, or I don't know if you would call it a character, but it is definitely a creature that's involved in World of Warcraft. Sorry, my tongue wasn't working there. So I thought that was really cool for him to do that and approach me with that. So we'll definitely have to work on that one soon. It may be over spring break, but so that's coming up. Let's see, check my trusty list again. I'm going to be working on a lot more horses. I want to start really playing and focusing on the alcoholic in combination with resin work, and doing very deliberate techniques with that and building up the horses, and of course also incorporating and doing that same technique with some more dragons. So horses are in my background quite a bit. Dragons, however, are fairly new. So I want to get as confident with doing my dragons as I am with horses. So that's my other thing. Let's see. Got that. I also plan on doing some really, really big resin pieces. I've got a couple canvases already for that. And I've got another dragon piece that's going to be on one of those really large rounds that I have planned on that. So in other words, the initial design I was going to do on my son's project, I'm going to now use on my large round canvas for that. And I might be playing with some foil. I don't know. It's still churning on some ideas since that design's been released, but I still think the design is cool. So you know how it goes. Sometimes there's plan B, sometimes there's plan Z. You know, we're going down the list here. Let's see. Now, let me see what I need to cover next. So I want to share a little bit of the area that I'm at right now where I'm doing my video from, because it's a little part of me. It's, you know, kind of your go-to place that everybody, you know, has some kind of desk area now and computer setup or of some sort. And so this is my little spot. So hang on. Spin you around into my little messy zone. Yes. Sometimes I'm organized. Sometimes I'm a hot mess. And yeah, my desk is a hot mess. See, I got my little ATD painting from Erica. And my little Troll Patrol sticker. And yes, you're going to see some D&D dice or magic dice, whatever you want to call it. Depends on what game we're playing. So my boys and I play with that a lot. But if you're ever on the ATD live, and I'm moderating, this is where I'm at, doing the moderating. And also doing my YouTube videos and things like that. So this piece here was in my kitchen, but I'll be honest with you, I bought some panels. They were fairly inexpensive, and with two rambunctious boys, they kind of ran into the panels a bunch. These were in front of our pantry, and they kind of knocked into them, and it broke some of the hinges on it. But because of the inexpensive wood construction, we couldn't really put it back on. I'm like, this is too cool of a design. I want to keep it. So it's now my backdrop for my desk. But I did some wood burning on that and color staining to create this one. And granted, yeah, there is a little bit of an overlap from where these two are resting. But I think that's kind of cool. So I did up the design on the computer and projected it up and just did wood burning and the staining from there. So, yep, as you can tell, horses in fantasy world, yep, that's definitely something that I've got going on there. So, and see, Jen, I'm using your coaster. Okay, enough of that. So a little bit of recap of where I've been. About April of last year, I don't even know if I want to start on that. Let's back it up a little bit more. Okay, like I said, both my sons are in college. And one of them just recently went into college. This is his freshman year. And so he hasn't even finished his freshman year yet. So mama duties are not done yet. But my other one, my oldest one, is a junior. And next year, clearly, it'll be a senior year. But because of both kids getting out of the house, now all of a sudden mama gets to spread out her wings a little bit and like, well, what am I going to do now? The kids are gone. This has been kind of an ongoing process for me because of knowing that this is also going to be happening. The other thing about this, and I kind of delved into this a little bit with artist block, but my husband gave me an amazing gift. We were able to build a studio / guest space / family space on our property real close to the house. And we did that a few years ago, about 3 or 4 years ago. And because of that, the pressure was on. And I had a severe artist block due to a family trauma. The family lost a couple individuals very close to us. One of them, my nephew we were raising, and then my sister a couple months after that, who was his mama, to suicide. So that's a really, really hard thing for young men or women, but basically they were teenagers at the time, to overcome and overcome well. So both my kids are safe. They have got the foundation down and can voice their concerns, feelings, and whatever it is. In other words, they have moved past this part of the pain and the damage, the initial damage that this kind of a tragedy gets over or happens to them. And with me, I had a severe artist block because that art just pretty much stopped for me. And it took a lot to overcome this. And with hubby building the studio, now it's like I'm faced with like, all right, now I need to get over it. So this has been a working process for me, and it's lasted a couple years of hard work to overcome it. And I've been sharing some of this with some hints and tips. If you look up, go to my area on my YouTube page and type in artist block, you should find the videos. In fact, I'm going to do another video soon and add another phase to it. But I've been working really hard on that to overcome that. And also looking at the reality of, now kids are out of the house. What am I going to do? So I have decided that I want to spread my wings as an artist. That means for me, my background is in advertising and illustration. So art's always been there, but it's been a different platform. Illustration means a client coming to you saying, hey, I need you to draw this. It needs to work for this. Take care of it. Being an artist, the ideas now come from me completely. And also playing with the mediums, playing with where the inspiration comes from, all come from me or outside sources, that kind of thing. But I've never really been able to go and play with that part of me before. And so now I'm doing that. So it's kind of exciting, kind of nerve-wracking and terrifying, but now has become finally in my life more exciting than terrifying. So that shift is so hopeful for me. I can't even put it into words. The other thing is April last year, or I guess technically this year, but April 2019, I went to a conference. It was the Stone Countertops conference, the Artesian Summit. And going to that, I knew that I was going to be making a decision. And the decision was to dive into this or to let it pass by. That was my decision point that I mentioned to my husband that I wanted to do. I didn't want to drag anything along. I wanted to make a final decision and then go from there and take action or not take action. And as my friend kindly put it, and towards the end of the summit, she goes, you know what you're going to do. You're going to go for it. You're already there. You're set up for this. So just go for it and own it already. So, Erica, you're right. Thank you. So I went for it after the summit. I put out my first video. I'm sure it's got a ton of mistakes in there, and that's part of the process. Our beginning parts, whatever we go into, are not ever perfect. They're not wonderful. They're beginning. You got to start somewhere. So hopefully my videos are getting better. Hopefully. I'm getting a little easier with talking on camera. It's still, right now, there's nobody in the house. The kids are going to be arriving soon. I'm trying to get this out before they get back. But I'm getting better, believe it or not. I'm able to do videos now in front of my husband. And when the kids walk in, it doesn't throw me off too bad. But anyway, so a lot of improvement there. Let's see, what else is on my list? Oh, yes. I also got myself very, very active, or at least for me, in my level, I got very, very active in some art groups, put myself out there on Facebook, obviously with a couple of artists in particular, like Artists Till Death. You'll see me on there a bunch in the Facebook group. and starting to put myself out there, socializing, networking, getting to know different people, and have created a network of, I guess you want to say, artists with like-minded individuals. So I have a support system now. I can bounce ideas off of them. I can lean on them. Some of them have become really dear friends or like family. So that's the really, really cool part about participating in different art groups. You can get to know different people and create bonds. And, what is more valuable than having a dear friendship or somebody you feel so close to, they're like family. So for that, it's been an excellent year on that part. Erica's a dear friend. Vamp and Jen is my little sister, and Scarlett and Carrie. And just so many others I've met. Doris and Chewy, as I like to call them, or JJ. And then Marcy and Johnny. Sorry, Marcy, I'm a little closer with Johnny right now, but that's only because we shared a challenge together. He created this YouTube challenge for 100 videos in 100 days. So basically 1 video a day. And so because of that process, let me go and talk about that process a little bit. So when I saw that he did that, and I jumped on it because I knew this would help me get over my edge of feeling awkward on YouTube, putting videos together, learning how to do it, organizing and all that, because when you got to do 100 videos, you'll find your pattern, you'll find your way. You'll get organized. Do you hear all that chaos? That's my kitten in the window. I think she's trying to climb up the window. The joys of having a kitten in the house. Anyway, so doing a challenge like that, I encourage you a lot. If you're thinking about doing YouTube videos or even an art challenge or something like that, it pushes you out of your comfort zone. You can't help but grow. Even if you don't like what you create, the part of growing out of your comfort zone helps you grow as a person, an individual, or as an artist. So please think about it. You don't have to jump on every challenge wagon, but let's say, okay, I'm an abstract artist and somebody's putting out a challenge in watercolor florals and I have zero interest in that. I might not jump on that at all. But if somebody were combining a medium that might be a little closer with that, might still be abstract, but instead of watercolor, you're working with maybe acrylic paint or mixing combinations of different mediums, I might jump on that. Or even if it's like a color challenge. Like, I love the brights. Everybody knows that. I love the brights. But maybe somebody's putting a challenge together where they're using subtle colors, grays, light tones, or even a monotone palette. That would be a great out of my comfort zone challenge for me to get onto. It might drive me absolutely insane and may be really hard for me, but as an artist, I'll grow. So I'm grasping on to certain challenges myself. Not all of them, but just certain ones to allow me to grow because I'm doing so many other things too. So now I want to keep my focus. There may be some other challenges in the future, but what I want to do is focus on finding my style as an artist. In other words, I got to push myself as an artist, do more pieces, create, do the work. And by doing the work, you find your style. Your style starts emerging. Now, I already have a style as far as drawing-wise, and I have a feeling it's not going to take much for it to come out. But now it's a matter of combining the style with the different mediums I've been playing with and just seeing where this journey takes me. So my plan is for this year is continuing with the YouTube, clearly, and all the other social media platforms, start to pull those things in together. But on the other end of it is to expand my artist journey. So that's what this is all about, is finding out who I am as an artist, who I truly am. This is my time to, look, like they say, open the wings and see where it takes me kind of thing. Or, let's see, time to fly. So I'm hoping to push myself with some other projects with other artists. And I don't know if I'm going to continue doing a video a day. I will probably continue to do batch videos, which will allow certain projects to happen, like maybe explore how choosing colors, things like that, and some of the funner, smaller projects I'm working on. But I do definitely want to put a lot of more focus into the bigger ones. And the bigger ones, I mean the ones that really push me as, this was clearly done by Clara. And find my stamp and what it looks like. So that I can't tell you how long it's been since I've been on that kind of a journey. So I'm really, really excited that it's really coming together for me. So we're just in the beginning parts of this. So let's see where this leads. So thank you guys for joining in with me and hanging out this year and being my witness to seeing what happens. So next year should be really, really interesting. So we'll see where it goes. So Happy New Year to everybody. And let's share our adventures together. Put in the descriptions what you'd like to see me grow in. If you've got some ideas. Or at least something you've seen me do before that you want to see me grow, expand on more and more and more. Anyway, until next year, later. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, but definitely hit the bell so you can see the journey unfold, as you could say.